Good morning, French Arm Wrestling King here, and I'm just going to show you guys a few things I do on the trap line today. Getting ready to trap soon. I got a trap here I'm setting. It's a Connie Bear. Um, these traps here, they're made to break the beaver's back, and they're fairly strong trap. Um, these will be set on the houses and the dams. You really got to watch your fingers. You know, when you're walking on a dam and you're trying to set, you're walking on mud, you got hip waders on, your hands are cold. Well, this trap here will basically got to make sure your triggers are set. There you go. Okay, take a trigger. This is your trigger right here. This is what the beaver hits to straighten her out a bit. Then you put your lock in. That's basically set. Now, when the beaver comes, this will be set like this. Like this. When the beaver comes, the beaver is going to hit the trigger. Unlock my locks here. Right here. There's one, there's two. Okay, when the beaver comes, the beaver is going to hit this area right here. It sets off the trap. These traps are fairly, this is what makes the trapper's hand strong. I'm going to set this trap here, unhook this. This is what makes trappers strong, is setting these by hand. Okay, gotta get that to go through. Okay, there you go. I just set that by hand. When you're working all day, you usually use a trap setter, but I just set this baby by hand, just wrist power and forearm power right here. All right, that's one trap I'll be using this year. And I built these nice little muskrat floats this year. These work really good. They're, you can see the carrots will be put right here on the screws. I put two screws here. I don't know if you can see that. There's screws sticking out here, right here. That's where the carrot goes. And this set here is pretty interesting. It's a float set. I got a weight that's attached to it. This is about half a pound weight. And that weight is going to go in the water. Then I got my traps here. These are 1.5 lake holes. Again, hand strength. These traps here are very strong also, but they're made to hold the animal while they drown. So that trap will go in like this. Get a better angle on that here. That trap will go in the pocket like this. One on each side. One trap here, one trap there. The carrot goes on the screw here. The rat will swim up. Set the trap off. I've caught mink in this. I'll put a piece of more of an angle there. I'll put a piece of pike skin attached to these screws here. And when the mink or the muskrat sets off the trap, they jump off the float and they drown automatically. The weight of the trap is heavy enough to drown the animal. All right, that's another set. And then we're going to go into my box sets. These I use for marten and sometimes fisher, marten, fisher, and mink. So this is pretty well the same set. Little Connie Bear, like I showed with the beaver trap. The Connie Bear goes in the slot like so, and it's set, of course. I'll put fish in here in the back. Sometimes, like I catch a raccoon by accident by the front paw, I'll often let him go, oftentimes. Anyway, this is also a good set. This is good for a marten especially. I'll put it up in the bush. All right, that's that stuff. All right. And on my trip, like when I go in the bush, I have a four-wheeler. I'll bring my Sandvik with me. This Sandvik's very handy. It's light. It's for cutting brush. Only weighs about a pound. It's got a good blade on it. I have to make sure that blade's sharp at all times, and that's very handy because you need branches for your sets, cut branches and stuff. And of course, my little chainsaw. I got a little old Pioneer that I take out with me in my bike, and that I use for trail, like when I'm in the bush and have to cut trees and stuff. Anyways, getting ready. Got my beam here, my fleshing beam. Got that from Fur Harvesters North Bay. They sell these. This one's made by Ken Fredericks. And all right, got all my stuff ready, and see you guys in the bush. Got my Uncle Adler's hat on here. This is my Uncle Adler. He trapped with my dad for years, and this is his hat. I keep it as a memento. He was a Montreal Canadian fan. Anyways, that's about it for today. It's not about arm wrestling, but this is what the French King does. I'm not rich, but I enjoy the bush, and hoping to be back on the table Thursday. I got a sore elbow today from arm wrestling. The old elbow there is hurting quite a bit. I just got through a competition. The first young guy made the old arm work pretty good. Young 19-year-old, a 6'3" guy. Anyways, no injuries, and talked with you guys all yesterday. Later. Wall 506 tonight. Devin Laratte, Michael Todd tonight. Big Daddy Jerry Cordette. A lot of good matches. Sam Harris, the hot chick from Sweden. I can't remember her name, but me and Jojo will be watching that tonight, and looking forward to see you all guys on the table. French Arm Wrestling King, baby. Flip to flip, baby. It's in the strap. There's no other puller like Canada's Devin Laratte. All right, talk to you later. Bye.